Hey y'all, I am making a video about how to make masks. And my name's Mo. I'm a registered nurse and I work in an outpatient urgent care. And I know that many of you have heard about the worldwide shortage for personal protective equipment, or PPE. I had thought about making masks a few weeks ago, but I kept worrying about having like the charcoal liners or whatever, and so I kind of procrastinated, and I thought, well, if I wanted to make them right. Well, at this point, once the World Health Organization put out the whole thing with nurses, like wear a scarf or wear a neckerchief, I was like, who the flip cares? I'm just gonna make it this way and hope for the best. So anyway, so I wanted to give you a simple pattern on how to make the mask that I'm making. I went through about 6 prototypes to come up with what I came up with, and I've tested it out because I hate wearing masks. They fog my glasses up, and I'm old now. I'm not that old. Anyway, 47. There it is. I don't want to, and I feel claustrophobic. So I needed to make a mask that kind of came away from my face a little bit, but didn't look like a beak, and that would at least just protect me, kind of just give me a little bit of protection from breathing in any respiratory droplets. So there were a couple of other things that I wanted to clarify. This is my take 2 because I did the first mask wrong. I'm not a seamstress. I made this up myself. The goal would be to be able to kind of make these in mass scale, mass quantity, or make one for yourself and one for your family member, for each family member. I wanted to make each one of my team members a set of masks. I'm making each set in the same fabric, but nobody else will have that fabric, so that people can tell their masks apart. And then just kind of a couple other things, that when you remove your mask at work, like say you're charting, you're not in or and around patients, remove your mask. And I put paper bags with everybody's names on it, little lunch bags, so that they can have them on their desk, kind of cut half of it off so that it's not too deep. And I would suggest something like that, or having a hook or something like that where you can hang it or put it to the side so it's not sitting on your desk and cross-contaminating. The other thing I wanted to throw out there is that I designed these masks so that I have 3 different sizes. I'm wearing a mask that's about an 8x9 piece of fabric, but I also made 8x7 and then 7x6 size masks. And I actually haven't finished those the 2 smaller, but I think they'll be fine. Anyway, and I used the backs of all of my masks are from a sheet from Target, because I don't use top sheets. So this is it. Hopefully I won't mess up again, because this is the last piece that I have. I mean, I can do another, grab another sheet. But anyway, you like that? I'm wiping my nose. It's my house. I'll spray my hands down. These are going to be sitting here for a while, 72 hours. Anyway, but the best thing is that to cut 9-inch strips, tear it, as much tearing as possible, as little cutting as possible, and as little hemming as possible. I don't want to turn anything. That was kind of, for me, my criteria was to create something that I could make as fast as possible and just make in mass, okay? So with that, I'll probably think of other things, and no doubt I'll mess up, because I'm not a professional at anything that I'm doing right here. I am a professional nurse. That's what I do best. So with that, this right here is a 6x7 because I messed up on my other piece. And so we're going to start with this, and then we'll probably continue with the other pieces. So the first thing that I want, and I'll turn the camera so that you can see it, is I'm going to take a coordinating, or not, doesn't matter to me, another piece of fabric, and I'm going to lay my, my pieces down so that they are wrong sides together. Okay, so like I said, and I'm in workout clothing because I was gonna exercise after this. So you can kind of see it. Let me see if I can move it so you can see it. Maybe you're not going to be able to see it, but anyway, I'll be able to point it down. So I've taken that piece that I tore from a strip. I'm putting the wrong sides together. I'm going to iron them just because it kind of helps to hold them together. And then I'm going to trim the sides. Now, I'm going to slow down because this is where I messed up the first time. And I want to show you, okay? So I think you can see it just like this. So this is the most narrow, this is the widest, and I'm just trimming the edges on the widest. I don't care about these because I have a serger, okay? So that's the first step. All right. Sorry, I'm probably going to give you like, what is that, vertigo. So now I'm going to fold this in half and I'm going to iron it in place because that really helped me just with ease of sewing. And then I'm going to take my pencil and my ruler, okay? So I did this kind of like a assembly line. I tore everything and then I even tore the squares. So for instance, like I would take that 9-inch strip, long strip on a king size, you know, Cal King sheet. Then I took a ruler and I just marked 8, 8, 8, and then I clipped it and then I just ripped them. And I mean, I got, well, you want to see? Look, there. It's just, also you want to look at that. That's my gluten-free because I just love gluten. I only eat it on the weekends, but that's the snack drawer. So anyway, it lasts for a long time, okay? Like at least a couple days. So, no, I'm just kidding, weeks. So with that, I have ironed this, okay? So I've ironed it in half like that. Now, again, this right here is the narrow part. Here is the crease, all right? So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take my ruler, and I am going to start about 1/4 inch, and I'll show you. Make like a 1/4 inch line. I don't know how else, I can't describe it. Oops. Okay, you see this? So I start, it's about 1/4 inch in, and then I draw it at an angle. Then there's about 1 inch to maybe inch plus. Then I do the same thing here. Okay? And that's because in profile, I want my mask to, you know, to kind of come out a little bit. All right? Some of the ones I've seen, they look like beaks. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to my serger, and we're going to see if I can stand this up okay. I mean, honestly, you know what a serger looks like. You're just going to watch my boobs as I, sorry, is that inappropriate? Probably. So I'm going to take this piece, and I'm now going to serge that. I don't care about that stuff on top, okay? The nice thing is that once I've serged this, it kind of holds everything together. So I want to show you something here. You can see here, I am just kind of, I mean, it doesn't matter if you cut it or don't, but I'm just going around kind of bypassing. Okay, so now I've got, there we go. You probably couldn't see any of that. But now I've got this really great angled thing, okay? I wish I had a kid here, but I sent everybody away. I'm like, I'm a carrier, potentially. And, all right, so... All right, so now I've got this. All right. And the next thing that I want to do is I just want to serge the top and the bottom. All right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're identical. And now you'll see I'll cut that extra fabric off just by serging. So one step. This is not quilting, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of rough. All right, there's the one side. The other thing too is I wanted you to see, just to make it nice, I'm making sure my seams are being pressed down on the same side. Okay, so now I have a bunch of these. I have stacks of these, okay, that I've got going on over here. And I may not be able to show you the finished product. Like, I may not finish the product, you know, with you guys. And the reason being that I'm missing one part, but we're going to do as much as we can. All right, so now I'm going to take this one. Now, this is a smaller mask. The bigger ones are, I think, easier to sew. But we're going to take this one here, okay? And we're going to do a little tricky thing with a fork, which I have right here. Let me see. There's got to be a way, right, to like angle it downward. I should have like a string. I could, like a bungee, right? Oh, if I pause this, here's the funny part, is that if I pause this, I don't know what to do because my children that do know what to do are not here. Okay, where? If I put this off to the side... Can I just put like a block? Can't I put something there to hold it? Anyway, okay, well, we're gonna do our best, all right? So you're gonna take this little fork thing right here, all right? Oh, this is killing me. All right, hold on. Let me see. There's got to be a better way than, you know what? Come on with me. Let's go. Let's check things out. This is my house. It's pretty crazy. We're gonna find a bungee cord right here. Yeah, if I pause it, I've never edited videos. And for me, ultimately, I just want to get the video out. You know what I'm saying? And so I know somewhere in my bike bag, I've got bungee cords. So we're going to do it my way. You know, it's probably going to like bounce, ding, 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 bounce around on something, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to see if this works. All right. And this video, this is like nursing 101, isn't it? It is. Okay. All right. Hold on. We got something underneath it. Here we go. Does it work? Almost. It's almost gonna work. No? Well, you guys, this is killing me. I know also at home that people are like, do this! You know, they're yelling out, just do this and it'll work! Or, this is how you edit a video. Well, whatever. I just have to think. I have to be smarter. Smarter than the average bear. Okay. There. All right. Good. It's good. It'll work. Okay. So you're going to take your fork. Now I got to tell you, I have not perfected this. Okay. So we're going to try it. It's not my favorite. The key though is that whatever part is on top, you're going to end up doing a seam. You can't do it yet though. Okay. So I guess I suppose what I could do is I could iron that down. And the funny part too is like once you get going, this goes so fast. But that seam is really important because as you are creating those folds that you see in the regular mask, the seam, you need enough space. That's all I'm saying. So this is a regular medical mask. This was the top. I removed and used the inner trash tie thing. That's what we're going to call it. You can see here I also reused the ear elastic, you know. So you know these things pop open like this, right? Okay. So, but otherwise they're just a big square rectangle. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of simulate that with those three seams right here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. So the fork I had seen in a video, and you can take it probably about here and turn it, right? And I'm not going to lie to you, this is not going to be exact science. So if you're an exact science person, you and I can't be friends. On this one, maybe I can get away with just 2. Let's just see. Because ultimately 2, on the 8x9 mask, I want this little part right here. Can you see that? Where it's pleated. I want the pleated part right here to measure 3 inches. So probably this is 2 right now, or a little over. Probably 2 inches will do it. So I'm actually going to leave it at 2, and then I'm going to press just that little part right there. Okay, that's super crucial. And then wait for it. Then I'm going to get my, I know it's amazing. I'm going to get my little pins right here. Actually, I have other pin cushions, but it's the only one I can see. And I'm going to pin this, okay, because, and I'm not a big pinner, but sometimes pinning is necessary because it's super crucial that this stay in place while you serge it, because you're going to serge that. Oh, now I remember why I can't. That's right. I can press it. I can't. Okay, so FYI, you can identify where the hem's going to be. You can identify it. Don't press it. Or don't serge it, because if you do, then you won't have an opening anymore. All right, sorry. See, I knew there would be little things. So then I'm going to go to the other side, same thing. Take my little fork, and turn it and kind of copycat those same pleats. You kind of eyeball it, you know. That should work. And I honestly, probably it's easier to do with my hands. So then same, kind of copycat the pleat. All I care about, ladies and gents, is that those two sides are about equal. And so then again, I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to press it. The hem can still be pressed, just don't serge it closed. I'm going to pin it. Just looking, making sure it looks fairly equal. You're going to watch this and just be like, oh my gosh, she's a crazy person. And that is not simple because it's like a 50,000 minute video. But the truth is that once you get started sewing, it's so fast. Okay, so now I'm going to, I'm really sorry that it's so crappy like this. So now I'm going to serge this. Remember, don't serge. Can we see it? Yeah. Don't serge that hem. Okay. So I'm serging. I'm serging. Okay. So you have that. Now I'll do it over here. That's some good one-handed serging. Uh-oh, right? Give me just a second. Okay, so you see? You can really see it there, can't you? Okay, let me put the phone down again. We're at 17. Hello. We're at 17 minutes, and I'm taking my pins out. And now what I have is I have kind of this you know, mask appearing item, right? Okay, do you see that? Okay, so now I know where my hem is, right? In this case, I'm going to trim my serging threads. And we're moving kind of fast, so I'm not so worried about all the trimming just yet. So the other thing too is the reason why I made it this way, kind of down and dirty, is that, you know, my goal is to just make them. And I don't want to waste my time, you know, turning things and stuff like that, because of just the urgency of it. And so the nice thing about being able to serge it, and the reason why I did it in the order that I did it, and that's why I messed up on the first video and had to redo it, is because this is the bottom, and now you can just see that it's just nice and clean. If I serge the bottom and the top first and then serge, then this was kind of opening up. So I did that on purpose to maximize like its strength and stability. All right, there's threads everywhere. They're gonna be threads. You know, it's sewing, my gosh. So I wanna just show you really quickly what I've got going on here. So here I've got a stack. Where am I? Over here. There I am. Okay, here I've got a stack right here. These ones, I'm doing the top and the bottom on. I haven't done that yet. And then over there behind it are the ones where I've gotten this far, you know, on them. So, like I said, and then you can see I'm doing two per fabric. You know, everybody gets two, one to wash, one to wear. So now we're going to come over here to the sewing machine, and which needs to be oiled and cleaned, I'm sure, as soon as I'm done doing this video. And I'm gonna hem it, okay? So I'll set that up. And I'm just gonna do a straight stitch. I have problems sometimes. I'm sure my machine needs some maintenance now because I use it frequently enough. Sometimes, you know, those threads get pulled up, so I like to pull my threads behind. And I'm just going to go in, tack it. and then just go straight across the top. And look at that. So nice that we hemmed it first, or rather ironed down that hem first. And tack it there. All right, so the beautiful thing now is that once I get my little supply of trash tie things, which actually, ironically, I think I did buy some at True Value Hardware yesterday, and they are skinny, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to use them. But I think for the sake of this, I'll go ahead and use it, okay? And I'm going to put it in last, all right? But I can feed it through that little opening there, preferably going in that direction because the seam, I don't want it to catch it. So the next thing to do then is to attach my elastic, okay? Oh, look at that. We missed it. Well, you know what? I missed a little thing there. I don't miss anything. That's like my rule of thumb. So hold on. Let me serge this correctly. You know, I'm all about like it can be homemade, but it can't be jangly. Okay, hold on. Well, that was dumb. There we go. Didn't hurt anything. It did tack down that one side, but I was going to tack it down at the end anyway. And so I still have the one side to feed it from. So I'm okay. So anyway, hopefully didn't like jack anything up. Plus, this is just a prototype again, a demo piece. Okay, so I'm going to take elastic. And actually what I think I'll do, because I think you guys can kind of figure out how to do this, and I probably won't use this mask just because you know, it's just good for demonstration, but I'll show you what I did for the rest, okay? So you're going to take that, you're going to take your elastic, and I think I ended up cutting like 8-inch lengths of that, you know, really skinny stuff. Or in the case of these masks that I made, that's the one. I literally, my son had one. I think I had 3 masks at home for some reason, medical masks. I took this off of it, and you can see how I just, in an ugly way, stitched it in place. Now, some of you guys are real handy, and you guys are going to serge it in place when you serge all of it. But my problem with that is that I tend to, I have a hard time holding it where I want it, and I really wanted it to be like top and bottom like that. This can also go on after you have put the trash tie thing in there. Might be a little easier in some ways. Like this would normally just lay flat, right? Because then you can go right over that entrance and you're tacking it down. The new trash ties that I have are like long, like 8-inch long. The ones I took from the actual mask they're maybe 6 or 5 inches long. So I actually added a little seam right here to hold it in place so it wouldn't like slip back and forth. Okay, so this is the finished product. And oh, another thing is that when you lay the elastic down, I laid it down here. So I'll show you. I would take this, put it here, lay it flat. I don't want it all twisted either, so I got to make sure it doesn't twist. Then I would lay it flat here. Okay. Then there's no pinning these things down. You know what I'm saying? If you have a better way of doing it, great, do it. I don't care. I just wanted it to be fast. If serging it in place, maybe you serge it once and then serge it a second time kind of thing. Also, when I did sew these in place, I just did a seam all the way down, and that way then this kind of turns that way, as you can see this way. Okay, so now I'll put this on, and the way I want my medical mask to fit is I want it to go so that I can wear reading glasses because I am blind now. I want it to be able to go high enough, and I want it to be tight enough on the bridge of my nose so that my reading glasses don't fog. The other thing is I don't want to suck the fabric in constantly. Right, but guess what? It doesn't go near my mouth. See, other ones that I did, they were like, I'm sucking fabric in. This one, yeah, it's moving, but it doesn't like go inside. So I feel like these are just a better fit. I know that there's a little gaping. There's gaping anyway. I'm not worried about it. This isn't the Ebola virus. However, as we know, there's a lot of evidence to show that this is probably airborne more than we want to acknowledge that. And so having a mask, I mean, honestly, having a mask when I'm at work working with sick people is really crucial. So I hope this helps. I'll recap it super fast that I think I kind of showed you the step by step. For me, the goal is to make these, like I said, in large quantities. I really liked using the sheet because I could just rip. Ripping fabric is the best. The other is that me attempting to make a set and that the fabric doesn't repeat itself. But you could do like the 8x9s in one fabric and then so that there's repetitive fabric maybe among the sizes, but not within the size, if that makes sense. And hopefully you know how to sew enough that you can figure this out. And I just appreciate anybody who's willing to mass produce these because there's a worldwide shortage of personal protective equipment, and it's affecting your nurses, doctors, the environmental service workers, phlebotomists, x-ray techs. Everybody's being impacted by this. Those shortages are, I can see that seam I want it right in the middle. Anyway, it's affecting everyone that works in healthcare. And we just desperately need a way of protecting ourselves. I know these are not N95 masks. I know that I don't have a charcoal filter inside of them. But at this point, I don't really care because I can't even get a hold of those kinds of things. So, you can't make an N95 mask. I know that also that nurses and that healthcare workers also need paper gowns, disposable gowns, or washable gowns that they can, cover themselves in, and splash guards. I've seen patterns online for making splash guards with like foam and elastic and page protectors and like painter's tape, putting it all together. I mean, it's genius. So if you have an idea, go with it, and God bless everybody, and stay well, and much love and peace.